Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury from the ArchieLuxury channel, the Paul Pluta channel, and ArchieLuxury corporate. Guys, keep watching. Keep watching. I need the viewers. I need the viewers. I need the subs. I need it. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Tell your friends, whether you like them or hate them. Just tell them anyhow. ArchieLuxury on YouTube. Hi guys, it's Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. Today I want to talk about investing in wristwatches. And I want to make this video here. I was talking to a good friend of mine who's going to remain anonymous. He's a very cool barista. He makes a mean cup of coffee. And he said something very wise to me. He said he does not believe in superannuation. No, he's decided to put his money into watches, especially Rolex watches. He's got 10-piece combo meal deal. And I got to tell you myself there, I got to tell you guys, I've kind of done the same thing. Why have I invested in watches? Let me tell you this now. I want to tell you, 401ks, in Australia it's called superannuation. I want to be quick wristwatch check, 5196, Patek Philippe. Blue chip investment. This is a blue chip investment. It's the iconic 5196. I want to tell you one thing now. We're going through troubled times. COVID. And I want to tell you what I honestly think is going to happen in this world here. Let me tell you this. This is my perspective. I'm in Australia, and this applies to the Western world. Let me tell you this. It's bad. It's bad. Governments are not to be trusted. Governments around the world, in the Western world, are not to be trusted. They will lie and manipulate, and they will do anything to save their jobs. Let me tell you this. In the Western world, they are printing money. They are spending money like there's no tomorrow. So what's going to happen? What is going to happen? I tell you what's going to happen. Interest rates are going to have to remain low. Otherwise, the world will go bankrupt. That's right, guys. So governments will print money. You're going to see a new global order there. Now, let me tell you this. You might think it's hocus pocus, but let me tell you this. My best advice to any of you guys out there, you want to put some money away for the future, buy Rolex or Patek Philippe. That is it, guys. I would buy pre-owned Patek or Rolex, any Rolex. Now, Rolex, I got to tell you honestly, I would be, if you want to keep money on the side ledger, I would put it into wristwatches. Do not invest in 401k, superannuation. Governments are going to have a money grab. What's going to happen is, let me tell you this. In Australia, they have spent money like a drunken sailor in a whorehouse. They have funded so many things. It's more than likely we're going to see around the world the reintroduction of death duties. Oh, you guys in England still have them. Well, guys, that's coming to countries that have not had them in years. Australia, we actually, death duties themselves there. Let me tell you this, guys. We have not had them for years. They're going to come back. Death duties are going to come back. They're going to, when someone dies, government's going to take a percentage of your assets. In England, 40% death duties over £400,000. That's right, guys. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's only time. What else is going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. You know, all these superannuation, these 401ks, the governments will want to get their grubby hands on it, and they'll say, we will pay you a pension. That's what will happen. You won't be able to take it out as a lump sum. So, you know, I got to tell you, my best advice to you is not to just do one thing and that's it. It's to have a bit of a diversified approach. My best advice to you, I tell you honestly, the best advice I can give you is put money in watches. That's right. You want things that you can put into your briefcase and get the fike out of town. Get the fike out of town. You want to relocate to the Philippines or Thailand, if you got 200K in watches, hey, you've got 10 years of hedonistic existence. Okay, that's basically what I'm trying to tell you here. Guys, the world is we're in very trying times. These are very trying times, very hard. It's very, very hard indeed. My best advice to anyone there, my best advice is buy a few quality wristwatches. I like to take, I think myself, Patek dress is a bargain. I think that'll be strong contenders, but Rolex is a great lower cost entry item. Buy a few pieces, put a few pieces, you can wear it, but be careful. Open your mouth. Don't tell everyone you got these things, because I gotta tell you, man, your wife, if she divorces you, she'll want access to your watches. This is your get out of jail card. You want to get out of Dodge, you need a few wristwatches. So I'm not saying sell everything and put it into watches. I don't think you can sell everything quick now. But if you want to, I think you want to do a few things. My best advice to you is keep your home loan. Don't pay extra off that. If you want to pay something off, get rid of high expensive consumer credit. That's what you want to do. Get rid of consumer credit. That's right. You want to get rid of that. You want to get rid of consumer credit. You really, 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 really want to get rid of consumer credit, finance, that sort of stuff. You want to get rid of that. You can have your house. Don't lease a new car. Don't get into big debt. And sock a few watches. Keep a few watches. Okay? That's a great way. You can have money. It's not off ledger. It's not on a balance sheet. It's not something that it's in a briefcase and you're out of Dodge. If the world is going to collapse, and look, it's not looking good. Believe you me, I wouldn't trust. The thing about superannuation or 401k, you got to trust the government or the fund. I ain't trusting them. I would be putting my money into a few timepieces. Now, I'm not telling you to overcommit and buy heaps of them. What I'm telling you to do is to be sensible. If you've got some money, I would buy 1 or 2 pieces. I would keep your mortgage because that's a low rate, but get rid of store cards, credit cards, car loans, pay all that crap out, but always have a few little wristwatch trinkets up your sleeve. We're heading to hard times. It's going to be vicious. It's going to be mean. And I want you to survive. So if the government starts printing money, inflationary times will happen for stores of value. Patek, Rolex, that's a good store of value. They aren't getting cheaper. To produce. So that's my advice. Wristwatches could be the perfect strategy. You don't want to go all encompassing. Don't put every cent you got into it. No, I didn't say that. I said be sensible. So my best advice to you, keep your home loan, reduce consumer credit, pay out the car, and buy a few timepieces. That is honestly the way to do things. You do that, timepieces are off ledger assets. You get divorced, you put them in your briefcase and you fike off. Everything goes bad, everything's gone bad in your career, you need an escape plan, well, you can go relocate with these pieces. I gotta tell you, man, you've got to seriously look at watches as a store of value and an investment. Now, Rolex Patek. Go watch the video, Time Machines. It's got Tom Bolt in it. He says, Rolex and Patek. That's right, Rolex and Patek Philippe. I'm sorry to make this vid, but we're heading for very bad times. It is very bad times. The next year or two will be very rocky. If you've got a bit of money, I would hold it in luxury wristwatches. That's what I do. Don't put it in your super, your 401k. Governments are going to take control of that. Governments are going to take control. Buy a quality wristwatch. You will not regret this advice. I'm your pontiff. I'm telling you, now is the time to act. Tell me what you guys think of that. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.